Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our lovely lecturer, Dr. MUNEERA AL-WAHEDI, and all my fellow friends. My name is Izzati binti Zulkarnain, and my number matching is 278815. So, for this individual assignment, I will share about the Bobo doll experiment. So let's check it out. So, how and when this experiment began? So, during 1960s, there was a lot of concern and debate about whether a child development was down to genetics, environmental factors, or social learning from others around them. So, in 1961, psychologists led an experiment known as the Bobo doll experiment to determine how kids learn aggression through observation. Who the figure that involved in this experiment? As we know, he is Albert Bandura. Albert Bandura is an influential socio-cognitive psychologist who is known for his social learning theory, the concept of self-efficacy, and his famous with his Bobo doll experiment. During 1961, he conducted the Bobo doll experiments, which studied observational learning. The figure in this experiment, which is Albert Bandura, like I said before, tried to design this experiment to try and prove that children would copy an adult role model's behavior. He wanted to show by using aggressive and non-aggressive actors that the child would tend to imitate and learn from the behavior of trusted adult. For the experimental method that was implemented in this experiment, Albert Bandura had selected a number of children from the local Stanford nursery school, varying in age from 3 to 6 years, with the average participant age was 4 years 4 months. The Bobo doll experiment proper began by placing one of the children from the test groups in a room with the adult model. While the child was playing with another toys, the adults will begin to violently attack the Bobo doll. The model laid the Bobo doll on its side, sat on it, and punched it repeatedly in the nose. Then, the model raised the Bobo doll, picked up the mallet, and struck the doll in the head. Not only that, the model also threw the doll up in the air aggressively and kicked it about the room. This sequence of physically aggressive acts was repeated 3 times. In short, after the child were exposed to the aggressive model, they will do the same action to the Bobo doll when they play with it. So from this, we can see that children have a tendency to copy the adult behavior, either it is good behavior or bad behavior. So what children saw, they will do it. So as an adult, we have to be very carefully when we handling with the children. Next, we go for the theory. From this experiment, we can more understand about Albert Bandura's theory, which is social learning theory. In this theory, it emphasized the importance of observing, modeling, and imitating the behaviors, attitudes, and emotional reactions of others. Albert Bandura stated two important ideas in this theory. Number one, mediating processes occur between stimuli and response. And number two, behavior is learned from the environment through the process of observational learning. There are four mediational processes proposed by Bandura. Firstly, attention. The individual needs to pay attention to the behavior and its consequence and from a mental representation of the behavior. Attention is therefore extremely important in whether a behavior influences others imitating it. Secondly is retention. How well the behavior is remembered. The behavior may be noticed, but it is not always remembered, which obviously prevent imitation. Much of social learning is not immediate, so this process is especially vital in those cases. Even if the behavior is reproduced shortly after seeing it, there is need to be a memory to refer to. Thirdly is reproduction. This is the ability to perform the behavior that the model has just demonstrated. Like in the Bobo doll experiment, the children reproduce the action that the adult models did to the Bobo doll. And lastly is motivation. The will to perform the behavior. The rewards and punishment that follow a behavior will be considered by the observer. If the behavior is important to the observer, they will get reward, and the behavior will be more likely to be imitated by the observer. While if the behavior is not good and not important to the observer, they will get punishment to stop the behavior. From social learning theory, Albert Bandura had discovered one of the therapy, which is behavior modeling for the treatment of phobias. Albert Bandura had discovered how behavioral modeling could help people to overcome phobias. In his therapy with people who have snake phobias, like me, Bandura found that when patients observed others who had overcome the same fear handling snake, the current patients were more likely to find relief. When Bandura compared two positions and observing the psychologist handle the snake, he found that behaviors modeling by the former patients was more effective. Albert Bandura also found that behaviors modeling very effectively to treat people with a variety of mental health concerns, from anxiety disorders to post-traumatic stress disorder, attention deficit disorder, to eating disorder. It has been found to be particularly effective in the treatment of various phobias. Is that social learning can be applied in a particular field? If can, how? From this social learning theory, we can apply in many particular fields. For example, we can apply in school field. The teacher will always teach the students to be polite and respect to others. If the students see their teachers do that behavior, they will also practice it in their daily life. We see that the student copy the behavior from their teachers. Another example is when parents want their children do what they want, parents have to show and do it first in front of their children. Like parents who want their children to pray, they have to pray first, and their children will more likely to pray because they saw that their parents pray. So from here, we can see that the children copy the good behavior from their parents. In conclusion, this experiment is very important to understand the behavior of individuals and society today. If we can see, nowadays, people are very to be influenced by social media. For example, the girls out there want to be beautiful, have a good posture body, have a fair and glowy skin, because they've been influenced by other girls in social media that looks like so perfect beautiful. But actually, those all are fake. With the technology of editing or filter, they can edit their face to look beautiful and be different in the real life. So, Albert Bandura had proved it to us that humans have a tendency to copy what they see every day in their life, either from their parents, teachers, friends, or from their circle environment. That's all from me. I hope this video can give some information to you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe. Bye!